So I'm going to be doing a kind of trade recap today. I ended up taking no trades. Price action today was horrific, as you can see right here, but I'm going to go through a lot of the confluences I had. So starting on the hourly time frame, we had these really nice equal highs we had located up here. So we had yesterday's London session or New York session high, whatever you want to consider, and then today's Asia session high. So these were super strong draws of liquidity. I thought these were really nice looking. Like, they're obviously right next to each other, and then obviously you can mark out today's London session high too, right? So we had all these draws of liquidity that I really wanted price to come up and smash. I was so for, taking a longer trade than I usually do, just because I was pretty certain about this move, generating something up here. And then we also had these London session lows here as well that I thought were really nice. Same thing over on NASDAQ. We had some actually even tighter equal highs on NASDAQ right here. And then also we had Asia session highs right here, and then London session highs. So NASDAQ also had a ton of draws of liquidity, also took out London session lows, and also had a high time frame or bearish order block. So on ES, however, we had either dropped on a 30-minute. 30 minutes typically high enough time frame for me. So we swept out Asia session lows. We were within this high time frame bearish order block, our bullish order block. I'm like, cool, let's look for a long here. Actually, also on the 5-minute, we had SMT. So obviously, earlier this morning when I was looking, we had lower lows on ES while NASDAQ was making higher lows at the time. So I'm thinking, hey, this looks really good. This looks really good. I'm looking for a long out of this. And then obviously we see on the 5-minute how choppy price action was. So we'll go on the 1-minute. Usually around the macro opening right here was when the macro opened. So I'll mark this out. We have macro opening right here. We see actually a pretty strong bullish move out of it. And then I just figured at this time after seeing this right here that we weren't going to get any moves. And I think that has a lot to do with FOMC meetings being this afternoon. This usually scares the market in the morning, tends to see. And that's exactly what we saw today. We saw, if you look on the 5-minute, how just choppy this price action was. I mean, it was terrible, but on paper, it was a great setup. Obviously, we sweep London session lows. We're within a 30-minute high time frame bullish order block. We have all these draws of liquidity up here that I knew price was going to want to seek out and take out. Maybe it will eventually. I don't know. But as of right now, I definitely would not be somebody who wants to get in a trade, especially someone. I'm sure a lot of people got stopped out in these two zones here where we had a break of structure to the upside. Really, I wasn't going to enter until we saw a complete closure above these highs, because obviously we would still have plenty of room. It wouldn't be a bad entry. It's not like we were entering off of these highs. I wanted to see a complete candle closure with some bullish momentum above these highs right here. So that's why I was pretty stingy about it. Also on the 5-minute, probably would have been like a 5-minute break of structure too. So that's why I was getting pretty stingy with my entry. And that's helped actually the past few times of me staying out of shitty price action and not just purely going off of a break of structure to the upside on the 1-minute, because, if you could have, right here, we had a complete closure above here. Oopsies. We had a complete closure above here, right? So there were a few times that some people definitely got stopped out. But again, it's just all about being really patient, really stingy. And today was definitely one of those. I was glad I was really patient, really stingy, because, I mean, if you look again on the 5-minute, like, there's just nothing here. I mean, I don't know where you see a optimal entry, but I mean, you could have right here, but again, this is really early in the morning. I mean, this is at 9:10, so really it was this area that you would look at. We had market open right here, so we had market open right here, and then we had the macro window close right here. So this is all you had, within that. I mean, look at that. I mean, this is all you had within that macro window. So I mean, it was hard to get faked out in the first place, especially being a bullish bias. And again, bullish bias because of these highs that we had up here. I want to see these highs get taken out eventually, right? I feel like these are definitely going to be targets. But again, with that FOMC meetings minutes being this afternoon, there's probably not going to be too much going on here in regards to price wanting to move swiftly one direction. So that's a good way to stay out of these really shitty price action days. But again, in theory, we had a phenomenal setup. I watched TGR stream. I watched a smaller guy I watched stream, and they were all looking bullish. We were all looking to take these highs out. These would have been great take profit areas, but again, we just didn't get it. So that's going to happen. I mean, that's trading in a nutshell. So it is what it is. No trades today, but I think tomorrow looks a little bit better. We just have unemployment in the morning, and then Friday we have PMI. So that's it.